Hello, Taurus Collective. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the Tarot Time on the 6889. This is tarot for singles, couples, and anybody looking. It shows us someone you're dealing with. And let's find out why any Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising is looking. Let's get out the first 5 cards there. All right, first card, number 5. Okay, we'll stop there. Okay. Asking, how can I achieve peace in my life? How can I achieve peace in my life? You may be struggling to move on. Something going on here with somebody's inability to connect, somebody's selfishness. All right, I do see selfishness in this energy. They are holding back, making you inherently cautious. A situation in your life, I think, very overt, very strict, very controlling, and while it's leading to unhappiness or discomfort, I think you're still there, dealing with some confusion. Somebody could be waking up to this for you, and this signals a powerful warning about that should you choose to continue to find the good in them, trust them, etc. Yeah, you know, like these delusions, ego traps, and living in a fantasy that disconnects somebody from reality here, suggests your pride is actually something. So that's where you're at with that. Making your dreams come true or kind of collapsing. Something is revealing. It's a call to drop the pretense, face reality, and stop projecting an idealized self of your situation. And basically, you can't change them. And you're going to find out why once you see these cards. Look at that. Card 2. What are you're trying to do in order to find that peace? You graciously embrace your own newfound positive attitude. Yeah, right on. Taking very measured steps, I think, in that, and not risking anything, but not rushing back into anything without some boundaries. So that's what you are doing. What they are doing. What they are doing. This points out to, we're getting the Emperor in reverse. So this points out to a disciplinary figure. They are a father, a mother. Some are the boss. They usually spend their time creating a lot of dynamic inside of themselves and to everybody else in that. Like, have you ever heard of the Emperor's facade? The Emperor's facade, yeah. It's like, why should I have to constantly defend myself, they say, you know, in that. And it's like, we have the Magician and their energy and the Crow. This translates into the Magician. So this is like, have you ever heard of the Magician's shadow? Yeah, the Magician's shadow, who, like, instead of true leadership, they have like this fear, a commitment, responsibility. It's hindering the potential powerful connection for you, for them. They're procrastinators, users, really, and they know it. They're a self-proclaimed self-mastery of selfishness, I think, because to them it's one of two things, you know, like they've got something controlling them and they gave up a long time ago, or they're expecting somebody else to do something all the time, like they don't have to lift a finger. Yeah, that's what that is. And that but currently, you know, it's not it's about experiencing a powerful moment of self-awareness. You know, I think they are realizing that this isn't working, you know, what they had hope in, and somebody's telling them that this won't work, kind of vibe there. So I'm getting this 5 of birds in reverse. And I think they are stuck on someone else in their own little circle inside of your wheelhouse in this, stuck under someone's thumb. Some people are on the boundary line between something about the unknown and what they know and what they don't know. You know, I'm also saying, and with the magician's shadow that's in your emperor's energy there, they're seeing the truth behind this situationship that previously might have seemed good, but now it's not fulfilling anybody. It's unproductive. They don't want to lift a finger because they think that you're not worth the work that it would require their emperor to connect with you. And stuck in that is your emperor in their own little circle, but that's being stuck under somebody's thumb. That line and that boundary line between the known and the unknown with you is interesting because it's this is all disconnecting them from reality. Because they either avoid responsibility, acting like a tyrant, stuck under somebody's thumb here, someone else's rules, preventing true creation. All right, so this has just gotten us nowhere because they're not building strong foundations, right? Okay, so let's take a pause for the cause. Tap that like button. If you want to become a member, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to comment down below. Tell us your story. That's what it's for. Thank you. So where and when? I see a full life, bright and full of this is interesting. Let's do this one first. Bright and full of the sun and good energy is being hindered in a connection with you. Okay, so that's when we're going through this. And I feel like you already know this. Okay, so that's all right because this is the last reading of the year and we're getting prepared for 2026. That's going to be fun. It's being stifled, this energy, this very stifling energy in this. Yeah. There, right? So, stifling energy, I feel like it's so... where you might be resisting to show your true self for fear of rejection. Or you could be dealing with someone whose excessive vanity is a problem. What? Somebody's excessive vanity is a problem. Okay. Check it out. And wow. They think that they are above you or too good to admit defeat. That's what we get out of that card all the time. All right, so let's go to card 6. When? Well, this is a time of a rude awakening for you. Here, we have a rude awakening. I think it's for you both. For the... Wow, both of you. A rude awakening to the material world, realizing that our perceptions are so off. And what we perceive to be good, this is what they're realizing too. So This is when we realize waking up, it's not working. At this point, this is as good as it gets. Okay, that makes sense to me. So for some reason, you're not receiving enough support or any at all. And that's when you are still there. You know, in essence, I think they're waking up from a haze and seeing that their hard work needs better direction. That's positive. Could be, I don't know. Depends on what they're doing. Leading them to a more practical result. At least that's what somebody desires, and either with the magician's shadow or the both of you. So they're dealing with that third party energy. So let's get to card 7 and get that advice. All right. The advice, situation, self-sacrifice, generosity, and parental love are where you are. And where you are in the midst of the Emperor's facade, that's where you are. And when you are, I think you may be struggling to forgive. That's fine. Or move on from some of your problems in your life. But while there's this inability to connect to this other people's because of their selfishness, you're not receiving enough support. So you might be refusing to compromise. And there is this necessary sacrifice that's in the fucking room. Okay, so that's how that's boiling down. We're trying to find out this desire for reconciliation, you know, and it's just going to require a significant personal. You got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's a sacrifice, a letting go of this rigid structure. I mean, I think the people that you've been dealing with have the power to take responsibility over the whole structure of the situation. They have that power. They need to take control of that structure. Yes. And they do. So you need to let go. Remember, the magician's shadow might be deceptive towards the emperor. And, or they're using their skills to create a show rather than some genuine structured success. The way to win the fight is through practical planning, patience, and a common sense approach. And that sounds good. So through practical planning, patience, and common sense, you know, it's just a rude awakening time for you. It's just a rude awakening. Okay, so let's get to card 8 and see what those first impressions are. The 7 of Lotus. Yeah. We've got that 5 of Birds. Oh my goodness. But I've been beaten down. 7 of Lotus came up in reverse. 5 of Birds came up in reverse. We have a lot of birds in reverse. Pelican in reverse. The peacock in reverse. You come in this boat upside down. Anyways, very turbulent waters. You know, they're the Emperor in reverse. I've been beaten down. You even wanted to quit, but now, and they have, you know, you got that first impression of how everybody's realizing that they need to succeed and how they're going to use their skills to make stuff happen, you know, but again, creating facade. Stifled generosity is abound. We had stifled connections. So what that means is a blockage in the natural flow of giving and receiving, you know, due to that third party. Because they know how to make this happen. We've heard it for a long time. Something is stopping them. The magician's shadow, of course. So also that laziness. They have someone controlling them and may give up a long time ago themselves. They refuse to lift a finger except expecting someone else, them, to make it happen, as they are better than everyone else and not worth the work that it would require to connect. Doesn't that sound familiar? That's weird. They need to use those skills to approach you. You know, they need to stop these power plays and take charge. So if that's a first impression, then that tells me that y'all already know this. Hopefully there's been something that you've heard new here that's helped educate you and make some connections. But they need to use those skills and embody their authority in a more confident way with that shadow. Card 9. Ooh, what we have in common. The shore. Very uncomfortable truths that you both are resisting. The shore came up in reverse, but what also you have in common here with everything else on the table is beauty, integrity, confidence, self-expression, pride, honor, and abundance. We got 2 birds. Yeah. Y'all's precarious life in this wounded warrior, though, over here, is selfishly moving through it with the birds in reverse, and then with your this other people's energy here with the cards. Yeah, with these birds in reverse too. That shows what you guys have in common. Is the wounded warrior, where yes, success is likely for everybody in this at this time, because you guys do selfishly move through that. Dedicated, perhaps. This is exactly that warrior-like effort to overcome the obstacles on their part and see it through just the same. You know, very, very fighting, needing to fight that kind of vibe there. Yeah, so we have that energy. And why are they fighting? We have the fighter comes up. A genuine connection with you, though. Why are they fighting that? That is my question. So let's get to how this could possibly turn out. We get the 8 of trees and the 9 of embers. I'm going to say that you're moving past these people's indecision with sharp, rational thought. We got the ace of birds. We've seen you like that. So I would say sharp, rational thought. Ready to commit to the path that offers exciting potential. Yay, I like that for you. I've accepted my pain and I'm looking for the good, but not naive. I'm still guarding my heart fiercely here. Clearly. Guarding your heart fiercely, and as you should. But for them, this suggests rigidity and an avoidance of confronting difficult inner issues needed for them to move on. And I think their energy here is one of a kind of a merciless dictator that may not even realize how harsh this feels. Therefore, a dream project or an investment of theirs is actually a pipe dream. And this is only leading to instability or lack of real growth. All wrapped up in one. They're all wrapped up in you. What was that hidden message? Said you all wrapped up in this, and they all wrapped up in themselves. So I can't wait to see what the new year brings. Check back for your next tarot reading on 68889 Tarot Time. Thank you for your views. Good luck and much peace.